Hey, it is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. Much love going out to all the beautiful empowered harmonizers. We're zooming in and focusing in a little bit more in depth on a great viewer question, and that is to understand pathological lying in the narcissist and psychopath. But before we zoom in, I just want to give a quick update. I've received a lot of emails since the beginning of the year about the opportunity to have a session with me. Yes, absolutely. I did have a waiting list for one-on-one coaching. That is a service that I offer. And I have been able to move some things around and open up some slots. So absolutely positively, if you would like a one-on-one coaching session with me, either via email or phone, please feel free to email me and I'll post my email here on the link. And you can receive assistance, coaching, and support. So thank you for your inquiries. And let's move into a little bit more in depth on the narcissist and the psychopath and the role of pathological lying. Pathological means the absence of sort of a healthy balance, what you might consider normal or what you might see in the bulk of the population, close to 100%. Pathological means above and exceeding beyond what is normal, healthy, or what you might see as an overall bell curve, and where normal is at the widest and then it tapers out. We're talking about pathology, abnormal. And pathological lying is a testimony to the entitlement that a narcissist feels. That they are exclusive, they're better than, they're above than. There's a superiority complex that they like to function in and then remind others that they are entitled to. Entitled meaning that without any sort of explanation, without any sort of reason, that they are privileged to be above and beyond as such because of their self-proclaimed superiority, meaning not judged on merit, not based on fact, not based on any sort of reasoning or logic. They just will lie to pull one over above others, to pull one over and also to sort of see what they can get away with. It gives them a sort of secret, boost, that sort of within them. It gives them that dopamine rush. It gives them that reason to maintain that control and power over others. And if you're controlling and having power over others that is based on deception, then it's really based on fear. A narcissist, contrary to what people might expect, they don't have a real strong sense of I am. They don't have a real strong sense of their sense of self. It is not a strong sense of self-esteem. In fact, it is very insecure as such. So because of this, they will essentially overcompensate and have a strong public pathological lying output. Meaning if they can pull one over on others in the littlest of things, yeah, there's, ink in the printer. Yeah, the phones are, yeah, there's ink in the printer and then they're holding up a piece of paper that cannot print, and, you can see it clearly and then they're showing it to you and you can't read it. Lying about, their current state of relationships, lying about their bank account, lying about where they were, lying about their future intentions, just anything and everything. They can do it relentlessly. It promulgates their entitlement. So most people have a sense of empathy, meaning their empathy neurons are functioning at the normal rate. And they're able to understand and have feeling and not feel threatened or insecure by listening to the feelings, needs, wishes, or position of others. Getting where you're coming from, listening to you, not having to shoot it down, not having to sweep it under the carpet, not having to put it off, not feeling challenged or threatened. A narcissist will be hypersensitive to sort of this entitlement, and their hypersensitivity to a sense of superiority and entitlement will be reflected in what they don't feel that they are responsible and accountable for. You'll see the looks, the look of death. There's been a lot of questions I've received also about the psychopathic stare. Have you received the controlling look, where their eyes seem to be, a dark, abyss, where all of a sudden you feel this chill. You feel that you want to freeze in your tracks. You see this sort of deep cavernous look where their eyes don't even look sunken in, but it's just like they grow in sort of this darkness. And, they might have just sort of this scowl looking at you like they're trying to control you with a look. And it's not a life-giving look. It's not a soulful, supportive look. It's a look of condemnation, scorn, and almost feeling, eliciting a death thereof, a psychological, control. In other words, this paralysis, where then they're able to get your guard down and violate your boundaries, as if you're wrong. There's a pathological look that they will give. And this is felt as a darkness. It's felt as a heaviness. It's felt as, original sin, and it just it just seems to be always remembered. And this can be locked in your subconscious and really create a stifling or a whole body of self-limiting beliefs. And so people will then feel limited by the relationship, but stay in it anyway because of this look, that will stop you in your tracks. And people aren't able to move forward after that look because they feel inadequate. They feel that there's something deathly wrong with them. The look that could kill, the look that stunts your growth. I mean, this is very serious. And sort of the pathology is because they feel that the superiority coupled with a lack of empathy kind of elicits this whole host and suite of behaviors that are very nullifying, very degrading, very sort of nihilistic of your soulfulness or your creativity, your buoyancy. A lot of this has been written in the literature. Your buoyancy, meaning your ability to bounce back, your ability to check in within yourself and say, no, I've got this. So if you are lacking in that buoyancy and you're not able to bounce back, realize that, some of the pathological lying that you have been indoctrinated to could be running the show for you and cause you to dissociate or not identify opportunities for your happiness and to live in your happiness zone, your positive zone, and, keep you sort of bottoming out and, believing in the pathology and ruling yourself and your relationships by the pathology. And, the entitlement makes them feel that they can do this, that this is their right, and a lot of people are, falsely subjected to this. This is very uncomfortable. It can cause a lot of tit for tat, violation of boundaries, feeling that you're acting out of character. You're not happy for a long period of time. The relationship feels like it's going nowhere or it's going backwards. And definitely with a psychopath, they lie all the time in sort of their manipulation. It gives them, this sort of look that they, are coveting somebody. A lot of people might then interpret the psychological, that sort of gaze, that psychopathic gaze as, you are the answer to my prayers. They'll be, mirroring this back. People get stuck in that stage for a long period of time. And they don't realize, because, especially when we talk about more severe, more profound looks from the psychopath, where it's really sort of empty of life. It's very lifeless and, inhabitable, lifeless. Just so for example, if you were to see a land that is not, what's the word that I'm looking for? Inhospitable, I think would be, the place. It's inhospitable. It is not, able to take the seed of life and grow it. So if you've ever seen like a very dry bush or a desert. It's inhospitable. You can't set up camp there. You can't set up house. You can't, it's the climate is inhospitable. So it's this emotional climate of inhospitable. And this is sort of, you're not able to sort of flourish in your relationship. So if you can see that parallel of inhospitability, and lack of, openness, then that might help you to understand why the narcissist and the psychopath don't have this fluidity in relationships, because it's not life-giving, it's not life-bearing, it's not life-sustaining. But they feel that based on their entitlement, based on their specialness, based on their lack of conscience and lack of sort of morality, that they feel that they can do this unto others and get away with it. That they're not subjected to the same rules, laws, regulations as everyone else. And yet, they are in relationships. They are needing other people. They are in relationships with other people. They are in workplaces with other people, communities and neighbors with others. And it's a double standard. So, this is hopefully gives you a little bit of explanation of why they feel that, an explanation of why they engage in such pathology. They don't want to be on the same wavelength with you. They don't want to be on the same wavelength with others. They don't feel that it's necessary, required. And definitely with the psychopath, not of their chemistry, not of their design, not of their structure within. And yet they don't share with you, I don't feel that I need to do this. They just take advantage of one's naivete or one's difference, one's own chemistry. They'll take advantage of your sort of greenness, your sort of innocence or your wholesomeness, and your inability to see what's going on. Once again, it's how much can they get away with. And so if this has occurred, if this has been, part of your experience, and you feel that you're taking it personally, you feel depressed, you feel that, you've been singled out, realize that this is just what they do. It's nothing wrong with you. Don't worry about it. Realize that, embracing the truth, though, and how you feel within is where your flow is at. So to get back to your flow, realize how you feel, about moving on in the relationship. Do you feel that you don't have what it takes? Underneath it all, that you will be feeling worse than without them. And really look at that feeling. Will you truly feel worse than, or will you feel on the path to fluidity and happiness and that flow if you get out from underneath that deception? When you stop living the lie, when you stop living the fantasy or the illusion, and realize that reality is where your happiness is. And the universe will provide if only you come clean. If only you look at your self-limiting beliefs as keeping you stuck and ask yourself, who put those self-limiting beliefs there? And I want to extract them. I want to get rid of them. I want to live by, self-empowering and self-enhancing beliefs. Because remember, the narcissist is going to keep you down. They're going to give you those looks of consternation, the looks that you can never have a discussion with. There's no two-way street here. It's, coming from the top down. And if that look of I'm not even going to try to say it, but you all are probably going to type it out and know it now. So that inhospitality, inhospitability, that you feel within, see that it's not something that you should try to struggle and prove and sort of try to get back, because a lot of people want to get back to the love bombing, and they feel that life was better then. Maybe no, it's not. Your happiness is in your reality, and living by positive self-efficacy, meaning, beliefs that aren't limiting you and shutting you down, and not surrounding yourself with people who will support your self-limiting beliefs and keep those stuck and in place. You're designed to pursue that truth, that expansiveness, that creativity, and that manifestation. That's part of your inalienable human right, is to be able to pursue that and then have those solutions come to you. And you'll only be able to resonate with the solutions once you open up and you stop living the lie, the illusion, the fantasy. The joy that you're looking for is based in reality. It's based in the real. It's based in the I am. It's not in the fantasy, the illusion, or the delusion. It's your buddy, peace and harmony. I hope that these videos do help you. Please share, please subscribe, and definitely please contact me if you'd like some individual one-on-one coaching on the situation. I thought you all were aware of that, so please feel free to email me. I'll post my email here down below. Have a beautiful day. You've got this.